I'm like, do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm live. And welcome to American Hammers TV, the OG debate, the old gas bags.
Gas bags. I like that one. Yeah.
Oh, wait, we're live? I was
Sorry, I had to. I didn't want to cut Wayne off, but like the timer was ticking down, and
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't have control there. I came in as a guest.
okay.
Well,
I'm sorry.
really? All right, on.
Well,
Here's
you
the
know
thing.
why? Because I tend to go a little power mad when I've got control of it.
I appreciate that.
Well,
The thing is that
Wayne was talking, so I was paying no attention. That's what happened.
when the timer on stream right here, just so everybody is clear, why we just jumped right into this. So I apologize for not the proper intro, but anyway, what's up, Neil? When the timer goes down, it gets to 0. If I don't hit go live right away, then we lose Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's so. I mean, YouTube will wait all day, but Facebook no. Yeah, we're actually working on. I think in the next so 2 weeks from today, we're actually going to be streaming on 3 things simultaneously. We're going to do Periscope over there on Twitter.
Oh, cool.
As well as Facebook and Instagram, which is going to be kind of neat. But we need a couple weeks before we get that cracking. Something to look forward to, I guess, because there's a lot of followers on Twitter. Yeah, a lot of people. There's a lot of people that follow us, man. Look, we got, just so everybody, including our viewers, know, we have over 2,200 followers on Twitter. We have over 2,200 people on followers on Instagram. And not all of those people like YouTube. They just don't. So we're trying to give them a way to still watch us without having to, do the YouTube thing.
Right.
So you're welcome. we're trying to, do whatever. Anyway, so this is the first week that we actually got 5 responses to our what do you want us to talk about for our OG debate social media posts. And we're gonna get into it in just a minute, but just so everyone knows, like the day of the show, I don't do it early on. I do it the day of the show, so everybody knows. We do this on Wednesday. So Wednesday, look at social media, look at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'll make a post saying, "Hey, let us know what you want us to talk about." And
That's the question. I was in my own defense there. I was exceptionally ill. And you were ill over the weekend as well, weren't you, Tim? I had a fever 101.7, and I decided to stay in bed and watch West Ham in bed, accompanied by my best friend Jameson.
Did you happen to watch the show last night, Wayne?
I caught a little bit of it because somebody texted me and said that Ryan was on it.
Yeah, Ryan was on it, and he also he referred to you.
He's a good guy, Ryan.
He was. I think it had something to do with what's his favorite sound or something like that. And he said, "Oh, when Wayne's like, after West Ham scores a goal, and Wayne's like, come on, guys, let's get a picture." He said that's his favorite sound. And that was your rapid fire questions. I don't even think you realized that it was your rapid fire questions. But anyway,
oh my god,
it was kind of ironic that he used you as his favorite sound.
He's hilarious. He's scary looking. In real life, he's scary looking. He looks like a bloody great Viking.
Well, it was funny because he was in the chat room for the video before, or the day before, when we were doing I think it was Monday, when we were talking about the bitch mail or whatever you want to call it, the mailbag. We only called it bitch mail for obvious reasons, just for one show. We're going to call it something different going forward. But anyway,
maybe next week, if depending on the performance, it could be bitch mail again.
Yeah, it could be. But anyway, we had he was in the chat room, and while we were playing Charlie Boy's rant, all of a sudden we look at the chat room and said, "I pray to God that guy does Civil War reenactments during the weekends." And we're like, "Awesome! Who is this guy?" Like, "Oh shit! I already have him scheduled for the next day. That's awesome. He's just popping in."
He's a great guy. Him and his wife Dakota. They're a lovely couple. They really are.
Oh yeah. Well, I missed the show. I watched it, but I didn't. Wasn't there, but was he there when I was there? I think I met him. I didn't meet him. I think I saw him. Yeah.
I mean, you can't miss him. He's got like his head shaved on the sides, and he's got like a bit of bush on the top. He looks like a guy from that show Vikings.
Yeah. Yeah, good dude.
One of the nicest guys you ever want to meet.
Yeah,
really one
good
of the
dude,
nicest guys.
Dude. Really good dude. Speaking of nice guys, let's get right into this. The first topic is this one. Ooh, yeah, that one. Somebody, I forgot, it was on Instagram, asks, no, it wasn't Instagram, I'm sorry. This was Forever Blowing Bubbles, the guy usually in the chat room as Forever Blowing Bubbles. He this is from Twitter. Would a fit Reed get into our starting 11?
As a second striker, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe a fourth goalkeeper.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So anybody in the chat room, please, feel free to chime in along with us. Lee will be more than happy to pull up your comments since I can't see him right now.
Yes. I'll start on this one if you don't mind.
Go for it, Lee. Yeah, sorry.
A 2016 fit Reed, probably. 2019, 2020.
Who knows?
I think it's possible to answer the question honestly, because we don't know. Again, whether he is going to ever have the form that he had previously, which he probably won't because he's getting older. But I mean, I was just going to say what Ken said. Actually, thinking along the same lines. Right now, he might, because we're so disorganized and weak at the back at the moment. And I'm not. There's nobody, neither of our center backs or none of our center backs has really sold me in the last few matches. So right now, if he were fit, yeah, maybe. I mean, we're at a point where we're starting to say things like it's worth the try. It couldn't get any worse. So yeah, I'd say I'm going to go. If I had to give a binary answer, yes or no, I would say yes.
Wayne.
I don't know. That's a really tough question.
It is. Hey, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. What's up, mate?
There he is.
I think I'd rather have Ryan at the back.
Seriously, I take him. Yep, go for it.
Ryan's a passionate footballer, and I think that's something that's missing on the team right now. It's the passion and the will to want to win, and I don't think.
Is that true?
So.
I you know what? I trust Neil.
Interesting.
What's going on, and he's in Australia, so I'm sure he's getting more into on stuff than we are. That's hard to believe, though. If that's true, that's hard to believe.
Well, dude, but, who do they got?
But New Zealand's got nobody else, have they?
I mean, I guess
they got Winston Reid in the women's team.
I guess not.
Leah Percival, man.
They're rugby players over or something, but even so, I mean, Pat played in like 2 years, so.
Yeah. I'd say no, because for a start, I think it's moot. I don't think we're going to see a fit Reid again.
Yeah, I don't think we will either. I think you're right about that. I think that's a good point.
I think he just had his first appearance like last week with the under-23s, right? And,
yeah, but he didn't set it alight, did he?
No,
at all. They gave up 2 goals, and they don't really give up any goals. But
that's
he's in the back,
like...
and then all of a sudden they give up 2 goals. I didn't see like what his form rating was for the match or anything like that, so I really don't know. No, there wasn't much talk about how well or how not well he performed. But didn't really, like you said.
But is he fit? The question is he fit?
Well, the pictures that I saw, I mean, listen, it was a still photograph, and you could see sweat he was drenched. And I don't know if it was the 20th minute or the 90th minute.
Yeah, he's probably not match fit, honestly. He's been out for so long.
Yeah.
I put the wrong comment. Sorry. Wait a minute. I meant to put up this one.
Oh.
Okay, it's still
I think the big question is how many magic mushrooms has the crazy wizard had before the match?
Oh, you mean the Chilean scarecrow?
We used to laugh about Bilic playing Antonio at right back. Pellegrini, who knows what he's going to do week to week? Who knows? I mean,
nobody, man. He's off.
He doesn't know what he's going to do.
But it's so weird because even when he does the same exact thing 2 weeks in a row, which he's done a couple times this season, not often enough, but even when he does that, we can't even predict that he's going to do the same lineup again.
No.
And then when he does the lineup twice in a row, we're like, okay, he's got a winning team here. Okay, great. And then all of a sudden, what happens? But did you guys see that not interview? It wasn't an interview, but it was a show on Kent Hammers posted it up on Facebook. It was Lee Boyer and Kevin Nolan chat with some bird, or whatever you want to call her.
Some bit of crumpet
on Sky, right? And they were talking about the shit that's going down with West Ham and over the last since Oxford, really, they brought up the whole stats and whatnot, and then they what did they mention? They were talking about the Newcastle match, and both Lee Boyer and Kevin Nolan were saying, it's all down to not having your key player, which face it, our key player is Fabianski. I mean, if you had to pick one key player, I mean, that's just is what it is. He said even Lee Boyer was like, listen, I understand he made some saves like any goalkeeper should. He echoed what I usually say. That's their job, right? That's their job to make these saves, not to let these easy ones go. And he was saying there was at least two that went
two
in.
that it looked like what
he
for a
should have
guy he should not have come out as far out of the box on that second goal.
He said it was a no man's land. Yeah, he said
he was out there. What did he decide to go for an effing stroll? I mean, I don't know.
That's coming from a current manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If he would just guard his near post, he'd make a lot more saves. He comes out way too quickly and he comes out too far. I mean,
then the Shelby penalty. I mean, he let it take a couple of stumbles before he even looked like he was going to move for it.
Yeah, and listen, both Boyer and Kevin Nolan were talking that there's no work rate, there's no fight, there's no passion, there's no
none.
If they make a mistake and there's no fire, I mean, they make a mistake, they let it go, they just they retreat or they fall or they run, they do it aimlessly. There's no team, there's no leader. There's no leader. Yeah, what happened with Noble, dude? I mean, even and then someone mentioned in the comments of that particular post, a bunch of people did actually talk about how great a leader Kevin Nolan was, and how they should have even offered him a player manager role or a coaching role within the club. Because look, he's going on to manage. Didn't have the best time at Leyton Orient, but he did very well at Notts County before he took the sack for personal reasons. It had nothing to do with the performance on the pitch. Like he would make a great manager, make a great coach, make a great first team coach. But anyway, he said specifically that they both did. They said that Newcastle made it look too easy.
Oh yeah,
and they're just lofting the ball over the line and just.
Well, I think both ends of the pitch were suffering a lack of leadership, because you've got Fabianski out on the defensive end of the pitch, and you got. As much as you can say he's one of the most frustrating players ever, Michail Antonio, who leads by example and just goes for it and creates.
And he's not afraid to make a run. He's one of the few players we have who will actually make a run.
Nobody's making a run.
That's
since Michail Antonio's left, there's not one person that makes a run. What's his face? Anderson runs and then he stops. Like, oh, there's a bus coming. Let me just catch the bus the rest of the bloody way, shall I?
This is a good question that John poses here, because I feel as though our problems have been about 75% Pellegrini and 25% Roberto. I do think Roberto is a huge problem. I don't think he's the only problem. We're allowed to score more than one goal a game, right? The only time we score more than one goal is we're down 3-0 already.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's part of the problem to me. But John asks, so if Adrian had been in goal, which of the last 5 games would we have won? I mean,
well,
any of them? Sheffield, United, maybe?
I don't know that we still would have won, because of I think Pellegrini's lost the frigging plot.
Yeah,
I think he's lost the dressing room. I think he's lost the plot. Did you read the thing today where they said that
it says none.
That Pellegrini had a big argument with all of the players in the dressing room after the match?
No, I did not see that.
There was a highly heated discussion which went both ways between Pellegrini and the players. He went in and told them what for, and they basically told him what for. He's lost the friggin' dressing room.
Lost the room.
Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Yeah. That's a topic that we're going to definitely get into.
My buddy Ken's on fire tonight, guys.
I see, man.
Comments tonight.
What have you put in the PG tips there, brother? What do you got in there tonight?
He's living free or dying up in New Hampshire.
Hey, Charlie boy. What's going on too, man? Good to see you. We talk and Pellegrini. Yeah, we're gonna talk about we'll talk about Pellegrini a little bit later.
Hey, get your Jameson out, Charlie.
I gotta go back to the banners, man. This is kind of frustrating. All right, I like French fries. That's another one. I like this one. This one's good. If you're watching
like that one,
and you haven't subscribed yet, please like and subscribe. I had to put a jingle with it. Okay, here we go. This is actually from Charlie Boy. Charlie Boy asks, what's the best formation that we could use to get the most out of Allaire? And I know it's been talked about via Twitter, via whatever, and everybody's got their own opinions, but I guess he's asking what our opinions are on this. We may have mentioned it in one shape or form on maybe a different show or whatever. Just what do you think, Wayne? What do you
3-5-2.
Personally, if you were the manager, what would you do?
I'd play 3-5-2. I'd play 3-5-2, and I'd have Masuaku out on that left wing in the 5. And you know, you got to give. I'd say give a Yeti a shot up top, playing on a regular basis with Ella, and see what happens then. But I think we need to drop down to 3 at the back and have somebody that can cover at the left. You don't like a Masuaku who can drop back and cover, but who can actually go and actually feed the balls in. I think Masuaku is the key to everything right now, and I don't know where the hell he's been. But I think that would really work. He's always been great at feeding balls through and really going for it. And
where's Rice in this?
Yeah, after that last game, who cares?
It's sold to Manchester United.
Seriously, 90 million. He's 90 million pounds in the bank. That's where Rice is. No, I'm not going to say that. No, he's in the middle of it. He's smack in the middle of that 5.
Okay.
He's taken on the same role, and that way he drops back and covers as another centre back when need be.
Okay, right on. What about you, Lee?
I think it's got to be a 4-4-2 or 3-5-2. I mean, really, it doesn't really matter to me. It's 2 up front.
We don't even have any wingbacks. I'm not wingbacks. I'm sorry. We don't even have any left or fullbacks. So we only have wingbacks. So it can't be a 4, right?
Well,
who do we have that can play?
Well, that's why I'd say go drop to a 3, because quite frankly, we don't.
Exactly. I mean that's the only way I agree with you. I mean, listen, I would totally agree. Listen, if we're talking about the first few games of the season, but not the first, I'm sorry, the second, third, and so on games of the season. If we're talking about that, I would say absolutely. You know, Cresswell showed that he could do something. You know, and Masuaku showed that he could do something. You know, at some point, and then I don't know what the hell happened. So I guess I can't hold that against them because I think it's over the manager. Anyway, so never mind. Go ahead. 4-4-2 attacking, like Ken said, or
well, I mean, sure. Listen, it doesn't. But 3-5-2, 4-4-2, I kind of don't care. It's 2 up front. It's 2 up front. That's the key to me. We're talking about for getting the most out of Allaire. You got to have somebody playing up front with him. Somebody playing up front, whether it's I've said it for a while now, and I'm not the only one. Put Yarmolenko up there with him.
Yeah.
Put Yarmolenko up there with him as a second striker and have him knock the ball down for him, which he was doing earlier in the season anyway. And you know, move Snodgrass in, or when Antonio's healthy, move Antonio into that right wing position.
Yeah.
You know, in place of Yarmolenko. Put him up there with him. See how it goes. We converted Arnautovic to a striker with some success.
Yeah.
Do the same thing with Yarmolenko. I put 2 up front. 3-5-2, 4-4-2. I really don't care. To me, you just got to have 2 up front. We're going to waste him the way we wasted Chicharito, basically.
Yeah. Well, I'm yet to see a fucking winger on our team. I don't think we have any proper wingers on our team. I mean, we have wingers that are inverted wingers or supposedly inverted wingers that don't do shit other than cut in and do their thing. We don't have any good crossers, really, unless it's talking about our wing backs coming up to the top and then fucking cutting one in, like Cresswell seems to be doing a lot. He's pretty much the only one I've seen do that, actually.
Ken just hit the nail on the head there, though. It's not really so much a problem of who's up there up top supporting Allaire. It's why are we so freaking like treacle in the build-up?
That's again, this is something that we'll definitely talk about when we talk about Pellegrini.
Lazy players, part of it.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna blow all your minds, man. All right, this is what we should do. And
leave your clothes on, mate. Leave your clothes on.
It's called.
Want to blow minds? I'll take mine off.
It's a 2-3-1-2. No, a 2-3-2-1-2. It's basically a 4-4-2 diamond with wing backs. It's 2 center backs, 2 wing backs with the defensive midfielder, like Declan Rice is already doing, right in front of the 2 defenders. So it's technically he can drop back and play the third center back, or he can stay in the defensive mid role, or he can move up. Doesn't matter. You have your 2 wing backs, then you have 2 central midfielders, and then you have somebody behind the 2 strikers. That's the key. Is that Allaire had 3 people. He had 2 people around him. It was him and 2 other dudes, right? We can't do 3 strikers unless we have I don't know. It would be. I can't imagine. I can't.
I'd like to push Snoddy up because Snoddy causes trouble.
I think we could have if we had somebody right behind them. You know, somebody right behind them. It could be like a Lanzini if we don't sell him to Juventus, which I pray to God we do, or it could be somebody, or even Snoddy, like you're saying. Like have somebody sitting with aggression and actual finesse with the, can actually pass the ball across or do something, cross the ball on either side.
It's snotty.
Or launch a shot that can bounce off the post and then have one of the two forwards smash it in. That's how it works. Or one of those two smash it and they have somebody around them. The whole point is Allaire's alone.
Yes.
He's all by himself.
He doesn't play that way. That's not his game.
Exactly. Even if he does take a shot, there's no one there to help him out. Right. Nobody there.
We need to be banging in rebounds when the keeper parries a save. We need to be banging in passes that crosses that come off of a defender or come off the post. This only score goals in the Premier League. The thing about West Ham is they always try to walk it in.
Oh yeah. Good reference. I like that one.
That's the IT crowd there. But anyway,
You know what's funny? Hold on a second. I gotta. My wife was showing me some Reddit thing today, and it had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that there was a video clip of some kid, and he had something on the table, like a little piece of paper or something like that. And he was lighting it, trying to light it on fire, and the thing wasn't working out so well. So he wipes it. He actually wipes the thing toward him off the table onto the floor, and it got on his hand. It got on so fire is starting to form everywhere. And then one of the first Reddit comments are the best. Reddit sucks, but the comments are fucking amazing. Yeah. And it was 0118 no 011 18999 something. That's from the IT crowd when Moss is stuck in the basement.
That's from
everything's on fire. Fire. Help.
It's brilliant. I just love that show. That's such a great show.
Me too. I gotta watch that again. I love it.
I gotta watch
anyway. Sorry guys. What were we talking about? Allaire. So basically, we all have different opinions, but they're not different. We all have a similar opinion.
He needs help.
That's the point. We all agree on that.
Too many times he's looking around like, is anybody going to help me here?
And I don't have a problem with him playing with his back to goal if he has somebody up there with him, right? The problem is when he's up there alone, he can't play with his back to goal. It doesn't work that way.
And you have to give the guy, full marks for trying. I mean, he doesn't stand up there and just stand there like a plank. I mean, look at a couple of times he's like he's turning somersaults to try and score for us. So give the guy his due. Give him some freaking support up there.
He's going to want out in January. Otherwise, he's going to want.
Here's the thing. Okay, let's fuck it. Let's just go right. Let's go into Pellegrini. All right, let's just do that one. So somebody asked. I can't remember who it was. Somebody in the I think it was Twitter. Sack Pellegrini. Yeah. Well, that's simple enough. What should we do with Pellegrini? I'm going to start with this one off just because I have a good, strong feeling about this. I think that come January, we get that £80 million bid for Declan Rice. I think we should sell him. And I think we should immediately use some of that transfer money, somehow finagle it and shift it into our, the club's bank account so we can buy out Manuel Pellegrini's contract, which is what's holding us up from sacking him, supposedly, and get the fuck rid of him. And then bring in somebody else and use the extra money to say, you know what, we don't necessarily need better players because we got great players. We need a fucking coach. So if it's a coach that's attached to an existing club, then what we do is we use that Declan money and we fucking buy him out of his contract somewhere else and bring him in like an Eddie Howe or somebody else. Just for example, I'm not saying Eddie Howe. I'm just saying as an example, because someone like Eddie Howe or Sean Dyche or somebody, just again, examples. I'm not saying pick these guys. They have brains in their head and they know how to develop from the youth up. One thing that Pellegrini fucking pissed me off about is that he's done nothing with the academy. Nothing with the academy.
No,
she took the best academy coaches and shifted them on to bring in his own people. And what's going on? Is he even using any of these fucking academy players?
No,
is he developing any of them? He can't even develop his own fucking first team.
He doesn't care about West Ham. He's a 60-something-year-old guy. He's playing out the string. He's lost it as a manager. He's
given his buddies contracts in the club. He's hiring his buddies all over the place.
He'd already lost it as a manager by the time he got here. He won't change his tactics. He's stubborn. He's obviously lost the dressing room. We talked about this earlier, how there was an article about how there was a heated confrontation between the players and Pellegrini in the dressing room after who did we last play? Who did we lose to last?
Newcastle.
Thank you. After Newcastle, there was a heated confrontation. So I think he's lost it completely. I think he had lost it when he got here. And I really want to see. I think we could go after an Eddie Howe in the close season if we don't go down.
Eddie Howe would be an idiot to come to us from Bournemouth.
Well, but you know what? I mean, yes, okay, in a sense that's true because we have questionable owners. But we also have a gigantic stadium. We have a huge profile. I mean,
so much potential. That's the point. For the right person, like you're saying, Lee, for the right person to come in and make the most of the stadium, get the fans, the supporters behind the club, completely shut the owners up, which they've been shut up lately, which is nice, but in the wrong way. They're not speaking up when they have to, when we need them to. Like, this is the time right now when the owners should be stepping up and saying, you know what, Pellegrini, you're on the fucking hot seat, buddy.
But Karen Brady needs to come out and put him under pressure. Karen Brady comes out and writes we shouldn't have signed Robert Snodgrass whenever that was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's turned out to be one of the few players who puts out an effort for us.
But
why can't she step up now and say, Pellegrini, you're on the hot seat?
The right manager will look at this club and say, you know what? No, I think because look, people
they're not going to buy him out.
People who are successful,
they're too tight. They're too tight on money. They are not going to buy him out.
If they made 80 million off of Declan,
if they made 80 million off of a Declan Rice, 40 million will go into paying off some of their debts straight away. And 40 million, I think they give it to him and say, get yourself a decent box midfielder.
We don't need one. We really don't. We
really don't think so.
We need a fucking manager who'll get his players to play the fucking game.
We've invested a lot in the team.
Players on the team. We have, if you on paper, we have a top 6 club easy.
Not in the midfield, we don't.
We've invested enough. I don't know if we've invested enough to be top 6, but we've invested enough to stay out of a relegation battle. And make no mistake, we are in a relegation battle. Please don't anybody think we're not, because we are. Look where we are on the table. Look what's coming up. We're in a relegation battle right now. If we stay up this season, we have the players to be a top 8 club, right? At least top 10 and not battle relegation every season. We've invested in the squad. Listen, I think Pellegrini's lost it. I think he lost it before he came here. I think some of his decisions have been completely baffling. I think he doesn't care about West Ham. He's just playing out the end of his career for a gigantic salary that he's not earning. If we could sack him and buy him out tomorrow, that's what I want to see the board do.
We were top 10 last year, and we could have been multiple times top 7, but he decided to sabotage it with the fucking team sheet.
Exactly how I
feel. You're telling me that we didn't improve over the summer on paper? We improved over the summer. So if you're improving from a top 10 club or a top 8 or whatever club that we were last season, then wouldn't that be a top 8 or top 6 club instead of a top 10, top 8 club?
I would
on paper. We improved.
I think we have the talent to be that good. I think at the beginning of the season, a lot of people said we had it. I think we still have it. The owners, for better or worse, they have invested in the club. What I mean is, for better or worse, in terms of their ownership has been controversial, obviously. Yeah. But one thing you have to give them credit for is the last 2 close seasons, they've invested in players. They brought in players.
Which is what we've all been asking for.
We don't have Roger the Relegator Johnson out there anymore, or Radislav Kovac, or any of these guys, or any of these retreads like Robbie Keane or Wayne Bridge, who were 74 years old when we brought him in. No, we have a good squad of quality players. I know it's not Manchester City, but it's not that bad. It's better than Newcastle. It's better than Crystal Palace. It's better than Sheffield United. On paper, it should be.
Better than Everton on paper.
I'm just saying, look at Golden Sullivan's track record of when they were back at Birmingham. They didn't sack managers then.
No, I know.
They haven't sacked managers now. I do not see them paying a penny to move Pellegrini on. I don't see him. I just don't see it happening. I think they would rather suffer through. I mean, he's got a contract to the end of this season, and then he's got a year's extension that's written into the contract that he can be taken up on the option for another year. So basically, I think that we will see Pellegrini to the end of the season. I think if we don't make at least semi-finals of the FA Cup, I think he's out.
Oh, we're not going to make this. I mean, listen. Are we going to win another match at this point? What about our performances in the last few weeks, other than Fabianski coming back, which I do think will save us some points? I do.
Well, I think Antonio coming back soon. I think that's going to make a difference.
I mean, I just there's nothing I look at right now with this team, with these players, with this manager, and the combination that we have that makes me think we're going to have any sort of run of form anytime soon. Especially going away to Burnley, where we never win. And then, obviously Tottenham, and then you get into the teeth of like Chelsea, Arsenal, and they get into the fixture congestion at Christmas. We're going to implode, man. This thing is going to absolutely implode. I'm telling you, it's going to collapse like the roof of the Metrodome. I think we're in real danger here. I'm sounding the alarm. Sorry.
We got Burnley away, which we always have trouble.
You know, I don't think it'd be bad if we got relegated. I really don't think it'd be bad. I think it would sort a lot of shit out at the club that needs to be sorted out.
Stay down there for 15 years, or pull a Sunderland and go down to end up in League One or a Portsmouth. You know, I think
that'd happen.
Last season of the Championship, to be honest. I love going to every game thinking we could win. It was different. It was, you know, it was I don't know, but anyway, no. Obviously, it's a disaster financially for us to be relegated. We're going to lose all those players we've invested in. And there's no guarantee you come back up. You can wallow around other leads.
I respect Lee's comment there. Not you.
I do too.
But what I'm saying is, Lee, not you, Lee, the other Lee.
No,
we have Cardwell. Yeah, we have. How much time do we actually give, though? And I understand. You know, he's not getting any younger either. I mean, number one, it was kind of disappointing when we signed him. The only thing really disappointing about Pellegrini when we signed him was the fact that A, he came from China, which he really didn't really do anything. B, he'd been out of the Premier League for a few years. C, he's fucking old. You know, probably one of the oldest managers we've had.
Well, we all wanted somebody young with fresh ideas, didn't we? Let's be honest here. We wanted that young blood, somebody that was going to come in there with really off the wall ideas, and it was going to work for us. And
how much time does he have, even in life, let alone how much time does he have before he starts having, you know, some elderly disorder where he starts forgetting everything or something?
I think he's already proved he's done that, mate.
That's what I'm saying. So how much? I mean, I'm thinking about, from his perspective, Lee. Like, how much time would you expect, man? Like,
it's been enough time.
Seriously, like the suffering, my blood pressure, everything else is just enough's enough, man. You know,
honestly,
we're so used to giving everybody so much time, and what does it do? But look,
I'm punch drunk.
After Everton,
so hold on, let me finish the schedule here, because Lee, you were onto that. But we got Spurs at home, which, you know, that could be the win right there. You know what I'm saying? Out of everything else, that's the most realistic, because we got to go to Stamford Bridge after that, and then we got Stamford Bridge, and then we got to go to Molineux, and that ain't gonna be easy.
Remember, they just screwed us last season.
And then we got Arsenal at home. And then we go to Southampton, which we're like 50-50 at.
We'll lose that.
Either we go there and win 2-1, or we get smoked.
No, we'll lose Southampton. Away, we'll lose that.
Southampton is a tricky one. And then Palace away, which
we'll lose that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then Leicester at home.
We'll lose that.
And then and then Bournemouth at home, and then Sheffield away. That'll be a nightmare. And then Everton at home. It's not easy. And Leicester right again. It's like Leicester, like
but nothing's easy. Nothing's easy.
5 matches. No, I know, but Brighton and fucking Man City. I'm doing
rewind the clock 3 to 4 weeks, and how everyone said Pellegrini, he never plays the same players week after week. He's always changing the players all the time, and that's why we're screwed up.
I don't know.
And now he doesn't change the players 2 weeks in a row, and everyone's saying it's the same shit players. He's played 2 weeks in a row. Why doesn't he change them?
You know what? It's not.
It boils down to what West Ham fans are good at. 2 things: we're good at drinking, and we're good at pissing and moaning.
If you win, keep the same lineup. That makes sense. But if you lose, why the fuck would you have the same lineup again?
It's the tactics. It's always the same. He's inflexible on the tactics. It's always one up front, even if it's a striker who can't play on his own. It's always the same formation. It's always a lack of attacking football. It's the tactics. That's what drives me crazy about him.
Yep.
That's why, you know.
It's just a lack of speed for me. It's like watching fucking sugar water drip slowly down the end of a fucking wonky kitchen table.
If you watch other clubs, you watch our opponents. They have speed down the wing. They attack. They cross. They put the ball into the area. They make something happen. We just pass back.
You can't cross the ball if there's no one in the box.
Nobody makes a run. Nobody makes a run.
Nobody makes a run in the box. You can't cross the ball.
First couple of goals.
I don't know. I just have a bad feeling that if we rush Antonio back in, he's going to get hurt again. So let's not rush him back, please.
Oh, Antonio's going to get hurt one way or another anyway. He's fragile.
So we'll skip into the next topic, because I'm pretty sure we'll end up talking about Pellegrini throughout the rest of the show in one way, shape, or form. So who is this? Oh, Hammers Polls gave us a topic, and it is Giroud, yes or no?
I'm gonna
go ahead.
When was the last time he played?
That's a great question. I think it was this season. This season for sure. Remember they had that transfer ban, so they couldn't really sign anybody new.
Yeah.
They get stuck with him.
I haven't seen him play in ages.
Yeah. Let's see. Drew, where are you?
He's certainly got more form than a Yeti.
I mean, I think the question is how would his wages affect us, right? Because he's got to be gigantic wages.
Wow, he's played. He's played in 7 matches. He started 4, came off the bench 3 times. But
I mean, the only issue is how much money he costs us in wages. Because honestly, how could we turn down an experienced striker right now?
You couldn't.
We're so screwed that it's incomprehensible, right? I mean, if Allegro's done, we literally have nothing up front at all. Period. Yeah. So, I mean, my thinking is it's all about money. If it makes sense money wise, yeah, I'd take him.
He scored 2 goals in 47 appearances last year and 2 goals in 47. So that's 27 starts, 20 off the bench. Back in 27-18, where he split the season between Arsenal and Chelsea, he had 7 goals in just 40-something appearances. Yeah. This year he's got 0 and 7 appearances. Has he lost his touch? I don't know. I forgot how to play striker, or do they have him actually playing a different position? We don't know it. Is he playing center back? Because I know James Thomas has more goals than him in the last 2 seasons. So
I don't watch Chelsea enough to know.
Drink.
To be honest. Yeah. I don't watch Chelsea enough to know. But that's hard to say. For me, it's hard to say.
All right, so what do you think, Giroud, Wayne boy? What do you think?
Nah.
Nah. I say nah.
I mean, if we're going to go for another striker, I think there are a few others that are out there that could be a little bit more powerful than Giroud right now. 2 seasons ago, I would have said yes, and I would have liked that 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
it's a good comment. Yeah, no, obviously. The concern for me with Giroud is 2, 1, how much money he would cost, and 2, he's 33. I would rather find a younger striker. All right, I would rather find a younger striker. He would not be my first choice.
I think it'd be a brilliant replacement for Pellegrini.
We need somebody else up front. All right. So, I mean, if he's the only option, we should take it. But if there's other options, we should explore all of them first, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm sick of people telling me that, Antonio can play that because he's not a striker, dude. He's a winger. He's a Julian Faubert that can actually score. He can go up or down, right back, all the way up to the line. He can play that whole side. He's not a forward. He's not naturally anyway. And I don't like throwing people in positions that they don't belong in, really, especially at this level of the Premier League. Yeah, if we're playing championship, we get relegated this year. You could start Antonio at striker all year next year. But I don't know. I mean, Yarmolenko has played forward in the past, and I think he would be better suited naturally as a forward than a fucking winger. He's got no pace whatsoever.
I would rather have Yarmolenko as a forward than have the.
I think that's what he really naturally is as a forward. I don't understand why the hell he's in the wing.
He's a one-footed forward.
Was Bilic coaching Dortmund back in the day? What happened? Putting him out of position.
I'd rather have Yarma at striker than Giroud at striker.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Yarmolenko, though, is how many times have we seen him stop and hesitate because it's not on his favorite foot?
I've seen half the team do that.
I mean, okay.
Even when it comes down to passing the ball, I've seen Cresswell stop and try to shift his body so he can get that.
We're not talking about slotting Cresswell at the top of 4-4-2.
Might as well. Might as well, right?
He's
got a rocket for a leg there.
But we're not spoiled for choice, are we? Right? I mean, we're talking about somebody we're talking about Yarmolenko versus Ayeti.
Oh yeah, who? Ayeti?
I'm taking Yarmolenko.
Sasquatch.
I mean, between those two,
Swiss Sasquatch.
I mean, Yeti's garbage so far.
I'm so pissed that Alex hasn't put that T-shirt in the shop yet, man. We got and then a clip art of a Yeti. Yeah,
that needs to go in the shop.
Yeah.
Yep. Come on, Alex.
You're going to steal a lot of those.
I was told today that we have to take our Jack wheelchair down.
Why?
Because it's offending some people over in London. Yeah, I was told that because it's a poor time right now for West Ham fans, we shouldn't be putting anything negative toward anybody in West Ham in our shop.
What plonker told you that?
I can't say on camera.
Tell them to get over it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I still think
where are you if you can't laugh at your own bloody club?
Seriously,
let's face it. We should be laughing at our club because every other fucker out there is laughing at us.
Yeah, that's true.
Seriously.
That's my whole take on this whole situation right now. Laugh about it because, quite frankly, everybody else is. It's like the lad I work with who's a Tottenham fan. He walks up to me to goes, "How was your weekend?" I'm like, "You saw the freaking scores." Yeah. I said, "How was yours?" It's like he says you seem fine about it. I said, "What's the point of worrying about it?" No, my worry is not gonna. At the end of the day, it's a bloody game. It's a bloody game that, quite frankly, we're playing shit at right now. Yeah, and it could be Pellegrini's fault. It could be the players' fault. It could be Golden Sullivan's fault.
It's all
it might be the fucking groundsman's fault for cutting the fucking grass too short. Who knows? Right? All that matters is that we turn up and we shout. And quite frankly, it's a lot better than watching egg ball.
At least we're not Fulham.
Oh, you mean egg ball? Do you mean American football? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Egg ball, yeah, brown egg ball, yeah.
I like rugby. Don't be knocking rugby. I like rugby, but
I don't know what idiot said that. Yeah, it's like it's going to be like the new sport. Oh, it was one of them stupid men in blazers. They were like, "Oh, we should all be America. We should all be following rugby, man. It should be the next national pastime."
It's too similar to America.
Horny ass fucking whatever's on the topic of the news. That's what you're gonna fucking say.
It'll never be.
No, it'll Americans. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the fuck did I just say? Anyway. All right. So what was the next topic? Somebody from Instagram asked us if we should.
Sure, let's ruin another player's life.
Yeah, no,
You see how happy he is? You see every picture of him, the smile on his face. You know what I'm saying?
He needs that time there.
Of course he does.
He definitely needs that time there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he's going to be the difference maker.
He's not.
We've seen it. He's not. That's the thing.
The argument, Lee. This Lee, not Lee Cotterill, but Lee Pender there. The argument is that what I'm seeing on Twitter, which is so negative and everything else, Instagram, is that he's got the confidence now, the momentum, which he didn't have last season. So if he were to bring that confidence about himself as a player, regardless of what level it is, into the first team of our club, it might rub off on somebody, or
he actually might perform better. West Brom, he doesn't have the confidence in claret and blue.
I agree with you, man. Yeah. I say let him stay. Obviously, I don't want him back. I really don't even want him to do well. I want Nathan Holland. I don't want Grady and Ghana. I want Connor Coventry.
If you think he's going to save our season, then I think you're delusional about on multiple levels. I mean, he will be a good player for us, I think, at some point. But
the only way I'd pull him back is if Antonio comes back, and the second week after he comes back, he goes out and he's got a season-ending injury. Yarmolenko breaks his ankle, and we're stuck with Ayeti. Then I'd say, get that kid whose name we do not know how to pronounce it back immediately. Yep.
This is the only
Fred, come on back, Fred. Come on back, Fred.
I'm bringing back.
I'm telling you, I bring Fred back in a heartbeat. I would, yeah.
That's my Grady. That's my Grady right there. I'm bringing him back. I want him back.
That's Grady.
Yeah. I don't want the other Grady back. I want that one back.
Yeah, man.
Grady and Fred and Lamont and Ann Esser and all of them.
Yeah.
All of them back. All of them, not Diangana. He can stay and
let him stay. Let him stay and soak up some glory for a while. Kid deserves it. And quite frankly, I think he was thrust into the limelight with that pitiful side we played that we beat 8-0. I can't even remember who was
that. Macclesfield.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the worst.
Come on, and everyone afterwards they're like, "Oh, this kid's going to be the next friggin' DiCanio." No, he's not. Let's remember who we were playing.
We were playing who was that? I can't remember.
Macclesfield.
Macclesfield, that's right. Oh, that's the worst professional football team I've ever seen. I mean, Tim, I think Greater Lowell United could have beaten Macclesfield.
Pretty much.
I think the first Greater Lowell United team could have beaten Macclesfield.
I think Oxford United could have beat Macclesfield.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was that was pathetic. Pathetic. Yeah. So no, I leave him there. Don't. Yeah, as you said, Wayne, don't ruin his life.
No, he's having fun, and so is Julian and Slav.
He's going to learn a lot. He's going to learn a lot being there. And if he does make it back, and who knows, he may not. If he does make it back, he'll be all the better for it.
Yeah.
If we're going to start calling people up, let's call up Nathan Holland and let's call up Mulder.
Yeah, Scully and Coventry and everybody else. But speaking of call, just let's take this commercial break right here. During the week, you can call us anytime you want. Leave a voicemail, please, in our mailbag, bitch bag, whatever you want to call it, bitch mail. I don't know what the fuck it's called. But basically, it's the phone number is 512. We are AHTV, or it's 512-937-2488. Got to figure out a way to get
that's Austin.
People overseas to be able to call us.
All they have to do is they can call it via Skype.
They can.
Yeah, just get a Skype account and call it via Skype.
It's Google, so they can actually call via Hangouts, because Hangouts on air has gone away, but Google Hangouts has not gone away. If you have a Gmail account, just do the Hangouts dialer, and you can call us for free anywhere in the world. Because we'd love to hear your rants. We'd love to hear your suggestions. We'd love to hear anything.
Is that Gabe's phone number? Because isn't 512 Austin? I think it is.
No idea. It's Google. It's what Google Voice gave us.
I think 512 is Austin. I think people are calling Gabe's answering machine and bitching about West Ham.
Well, we got a few good ones. And so basically what happens is during the week, we're going to take all the voicemails. And then on Monday nights, we're going to, me and Alex are going to do a show on Monday nights to, recap them and tell everybody what's going on in the American Hammers TV world, and also many other updates and stuff like that. But listen, if you guys haven't heard the Charlie Boy rant, I want to play it again. Oh God, I gotta.
You gonna play it now?
I'm gonna play it right now.
Okay.
I gotta load it up. It's gonna take me a second. But listen, guys, if you haven't heard this message yet, this takes the cake. So this is exactly what we want. Please don't force it. You know what I'm saying? If this isn't you naturally, then just be yourself and just say whatever you want. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be just a regular conversation that you can tell us, your thoughts on any of the topics that we've discussed. You can talk about, any, show suggestions, or, hey, if you want to join the show, give us a call, let us know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. If you want to get interviewed in the show, if you want to join one of our game type shows or whatever.
Come on with us on Sunday night when Sally and I do Sunday nights.
Yeah, definitely.
Great chat Sunday night with Luis from Brazil. That was a lot of fun. Really good dude. Yeah, you should come back and watch that if you haven't watched it. It's really good. Anyway.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing a lot more with him, and that we'll talk about, soon. We got a massive few announcements coming up in next week or two. My computer's a little slow, so bear with me, but I got to pull this up, screen share.
In the meantime, Wayne, why don't you favor us with a song?
No, I'm no. I got it.
Good God, did you hear the last West Ham is Why You Drink? Good God, me and Adam, both of it, neither one of us could sing East London.
I have not listened to it yet.
It was terrible. We were so out of it. And he starts singing it, and then he starts it off wrong, and I'm like, wait, mate, you're singing it wrong.
Okay.
I'll go for it, mate.
The lineup was trash. Everybody's slow, except for a chosen few. Okay? Pellegrini, I don't know, he's mixing it up into what is he making a fucking gumbo? Every time he's put a guy here, he puts him there. I think he's just throwing darts at pictures on the wall, and that's how he makes the fucking lineup. Zavaleta, holy shit, he's terrible. He's terrible. What's he even doing out there? No Fredericks today. No Fredericks when we need him. I could go on for days. Everybody's slow. The midfield, don't go left. Slow. Noble, 100 years old. I don't care how fucking nice he is. He's slow. All right, the only guy that's been playing halfway decent to me is Snotty and Yarmolenko. Felipe Anderson, he ain't creating nothing. I don't think he could create anything if you gave him a fucking paintbrush and a canvas to make a picture on. He's fucking terrible. Haller, how good is he? I don't know. No one can get him the ball. We can't even get a fucking cross in so he can get a header. We don't make no fucking runs. We get down there on the other side of the pitch, everybody just stands about, and it doesn't matter. They might as well stand because they have no pace. They're not fucking moving anywhere quickly. Are you fucking kidding me right now? No, the only thing he's worried about is the goddamn pranks. Oh, let's upload another prank. Well, guess what? We've been getting pranked all fucking season because we thought we was going to have like at least a top 10 team. Forget about top 5. Are you fucking? This is trash. I'm done with this bullshit. The whole lot of them could fucking go. Roberto, he belongs in the MLS. I don't give a shit. He's the backup fucking goalie. He's fucking terrible. He has 2 left fucking feet. Every one of our midfielders are slow. They're like turtles on Xanax pulling fucking bricks. The whole lot of them. A Jetty, I don't even know how the fuck he's even on the squad. Period. Sanchez, he's fucking trash too. The only one I'd keep is Yarmolenko and Snotty. The rest of them could fuck off. I might keep Haller because I don't think it's his fault because no one's giving him the ball. We got a striker that's it. Hey, listen, he don't create for it. He's not going to go around like fucking Pele. We need to get him the ball. They don't do it. They don't fucking do it. Pellegrini, I don't know. It's fucking trash. You know what I think? I think they're all fucking slow, and I think Pellegrini needs to hop on the fucking train to fuck off town. That's what I think.
I think somebody has anger issues.
Well, tune in tomorrow night to listen to more from Charlie Boy. He's going to be interviewed by Alex.
That's the standard right there. Won't get better than that. So no matter what anybody calls, you can call into the bitch mail, and I encourage everybody to do it. But I'm going to tell you, that's going to be hard to beat. Right there.
He's got the belt. Yeah, we're going to give him the belt. We're going to give it to him tomorrow night.
Charlie, where are you from, man? Are you from like Brooklyn?
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
Is he from Brooklyn?
Whereabouts in Brooklyn, Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie.
I used to live in Red Hook.
I used to live in a neighborhood called Windsor Terrace. That's very small and nobody knows where it is. So tell us where you're from, Charlie. Tell us where you're from.
He's left.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Bummer. I lived right up the Prospect Expressway in Windsor Terrace on the edge of Park Slope, but not nice enough to be Park Slope. See? that was the problem. Yeah. All right. Well, when you come back, Charlie, if you see this, let us know where you're from.
Yeah. So I guess is that it? What the hell? I guess that was all the topics, man. Well, no shit. I thought we would. I thought it would take us a lot longer. So yeah, let's. We're not going to talk to each other between now and Saturday. Saturday, yeah, Saturday.
So what do we think about? Can we
predictions? Let's do predictions.
Predictions, yeah, make predictions. Yeah.
Predictions.
I predict that I'll wake up. Is the game on Saturday? Because that makes a lot of difference.
He's from Bensonhurst. Well, there you go, Bensonhurst.
Oh, Bensonhurst. He's a good Italian.
That's proper Brooklyn right there, too, right? Which I should know because I'm from Dallas. That's right. I'm telling you what's coming.
It's Saturday.
Proper Brooklyn, yeah.
9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern.
So if it's a Saturday, then that means, I'm definitely going to get an Egg McMuffin on the way to the pub.
That's your prediction.
Yeah, that's what I predict. Because I don't know. Usually, I like to predict like something that I know I can definitely get right. Because if anybody follows me on the podcast, I don't predict anything bloody right.
Yeah, we could actually hang out for this one because soccer season is over for the boys.
Soccer is over. Listen, man, the only game my team lost this year was the one game that I was in DC.
Nice.
We beat everybody else. In the one team that we lost to. We played them the last game, and we were down 3-0, and I was screaming at these fucking kids. I was lambasting them. I was yelling at them so bad, and the parents didn't give a shit, and I love it. And we came back, and we won like 7-6 or something like that. Because I wasn't going to have us losing to the same team twice, like the only team. I wasn't going to let them be the champs, you know what I mean? So
this is Max,
right? So they showed resilience. Yeah, man. And listen, he came in the second half and played goalkeeper, and he saved every fucking ball.
Nice.
It was awesome.
Is he U12?
Third, fourth grade. They don't go by you. They go by grade.
Yeah. He's fourth grade, right?
He's fifth grade. He's in fifth grade, but because of his age, like he was born in September, like he managed to make the cutoff, so we stuck him down there versus putting him on the travel team because that's $200.
Here's a question for you: If Tim was the next manager, would Tim be the jacket and tie wearing manager, or would Tim be the tracksuit wearing manager?
Oh, come on, man!
Would you reckon, Lee?
No, Tim be out there in like a tank top so he can show off his tats.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? You know what he'd wear?
I got a Mayan temple back here. My call.
Remember the 80s guys would wear those tank tops and they had big slits down the side?
Forever blowing bubbles.
He'd wear one of those. We'd wear one of the big tank top with a big slit down the side and a mullet.
Yeah, no, that's true. I'm only doing this for Ray. I got my hat backwards.
I'd be there for that.
Call me Fred Durst.
That'd be pretty sweet. I would. I'd be there for that.
Dude, I'd be screaming.
You know, I went out there last week. It was my wife's boss left the company, and I went out and I bumped into 3 Dallas Hammers in this bar I was in, and one guy went like this to me, went, "Oh, Wayne, I didn't recognize you without a hat." He said, "You actually look all right without the hat. Why don't you go without the hat most times?" I said, "Because it's bloody cold." I said, "Because I sit right underneath an air conditioning vent and I freeze my nuts off."
Yeah, I'd be a Tony Pulis for sure, man.
Is that where your nuts are? Is that your nuts are on top of your head?
Listen, I've been married so long now, I don't even have any use for them any longer. So I could keep them. I could keep them in a little brown paper bag back in the fireproof safe. It's the best way to do it.
I would.
Yeah. No, I know you would. And you know what? I'd be there for that too.
I would do it, but I would start Ogbonna and I would bench him after the first 90 seconds and say, "No, sorry, joking. I'm gonna actually put a real defender in here." And I put James Tompkins in and say, "Fuck you, Ogbonna, for sticking around."
Here's one for you. Tell Lanzini you'll keep him.
Lanzini, see you later.
Sell.
I tell you what, and I'm going to cop flack for this. Everyone talking about our little jewel, our little diamond. I have never, ever rated him.
I know that.
Ever. Wasn't there now? Is the 40 million that's floating around? Is that for real?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. If it is, bloody cash in on the geezer.
Are you serious?
I think we only paid 12 million for him, didn't we?
Something like that.
Oh man, 40 million! I'd bite their hands off. 40 million, I'd wrap him up.
Exactly.
Send him over.
I'd gift wrap him in a little red bow.
Absolutely.
Ken said 1-0. Now, I would actually say, yeah, I'd say 2-1 Burnley.
Yeah,
I give us a goal, but I definitely see us losing by 1.
I think we're losing 2-0, and I think it's going to be a disaster. And I think there's going to be a reckoning after this game.
Allaire's, I think listen, the amount of the amount of frustration that you can see in Allaire's face and shit and mannerisms during the games. I think he's due for a goal. I mean, I think he's going to make his own fucking chances this game and try to score one. He's not going to get many options, but he's going to get at least one goal this match. I think
we're not going to lose Pellegrini for at least another 3 matches because we'll lose that game, and then the next game we got Tottenham, right? We'll win that, and everyone will go, we beat Tottenham, and they'll forget about everything for a couple
I know,
of weeks.
You're right. We will beat Tottenham because the most West Ham thing that could possibly happen would be for us.
Honest to God, even if we beat Burnley and Tottenham and then fucking went into Chelsea and smashed them, I'd still say, listen, don't forget what just happened.
I would too.
Since Oxford, hello. And don't forget about the week before that where we only beat Man United's C team 2-0 when we should have probably, beaten them by a lot more because, we could probably beat the regular Man United 2-0. And we only took the C squad on 2-0. That's not good enough for me. So I go as far back as that or God, this pisses me off. Anyway, I'd still say, no, I could totally, you're right, Wayne. I could totally see all these people saying, you know what? Oh, praise, Pellegrini. Praise Manuel.
Well, I haven't buried him yet. He's got 2 games for me. He's got 2 games to change it around and make better decisions.
Okay, then so we'll talk to you in 2 weeks when he's we're in the relegation zone.
God, Wayne.
I mean, I stuck with Bilic for a while, and then finally, I can't remember what game it was that I finally turned around and said, I'm done with this.
Never liked Bilic. He was all about having Payet and the last season at the Berlin and Lightning in a Bottle. I'm telling you, Bilic was never a good manager to me. Sorry, I never thought he was. And this is not a retrospective take.
Loss. So
I don't think we've had a good manager since Harry Redknapp.
I don't either. I think the only decent manager we've had in that spell was arguably Pardew or Kerbishley.
Pardew, I always liked Pardew. I don't know what it was about him. He wasn't like phenomenally great for us, but I always had a respect for Pardew.
Yeah,
that's sad. Yeah, but listen, he's a pussy. I would never let him manage. He can't manage a fucking team. He's a pushover. I mean, he's a pussy. Yeah, 100%. He's a nice guy. I like him, and he's smart when it comes down to tactics and signings. But at the same time, he lost Newcastle, and once he lost Newcastle and lost his supporters, it was over, and he was just lingering.
If Sam Allardyce didn't play such boring frigging football, I would love Sam.
Same here.
I mean, because he had a sense of humor. He laughed at people on the pitch. I mean, chewed the whole time.
Oh yeah,
and he got into it, and that I really enjoyed about Sam.
Brilliant training, brilliant having his team ready for the match. Regardless, he didn't have the best players, but he always had his team ready.
He just enjoying football, and
I know. And I was one of the first to jump on the wagon and was saying, you know what? No, it's time. Get out of here, Allardyce. See you later. You're not going to bring us forward. Blah 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 blah. I was like, get rid of him. And then I'm like, yeah, let's get Bielsa. And everybody's talking Benitez. And all of a sudden we get Bilic. I'm like, fuck, man. Here we go.
It was a huge disappointment we got Bilic.
Third choice.
Zola was a huge disappointment, although I liked his style. I liked the fact that he tried to play attacking football. He just wasn't a very effective manager. And I don't think I think the players respected his football ability, but not his management ability.
Yeah.
Zola was a huge.
They all loved that he was everyone's best friend.
That's what I'm saying, and that only goes so far. And then they don't respect him as a manager and as a leader, right?
Yep.
They respected the fact that he could still do cool stuff on the pitch at his age. But we set him on 35 points, 35 freaking points.
Thomas, you're right, Thomas. Just so you know, I forgot.
Thomas is right.
That one. Yeah, 100%.
Just so you know, had a good manager since Harry Redknapp.
Well,
almost 20 years.
The first 7 matches, we only lost 1 match. That was amazing. I mean, nobody would have thought going into the season that we would have lost 1 in our first 7 matches. Nobody would have said after what happened the last year and the year before and so on and so on and so on that we would have started the season, the first 7 games with just 1 1 loss. So anyway, in our last 7 matches, we've only got 1 win. Yeah. And that was the Man United match. Only 1 win in the last 7 matches. Now that's
0 since Oxford. 0 since Oxford.
It's ridiculous. But even before Oxford, we beat the Man United C team and then we drew Aston Villa. Like that was fucking stupid. Right. Before that.
I know people point to Fabianski going down as the turning point in our season.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
It had a massive impact. It had a massive impact. Mm-hmm. I still think of Oxford as the turning point in the season because we had momentum. And that game was a display of arrogance and, to me, almost incompetence. And we have never recovered from it. No. And I think Pellegrini lost the players. He lost him there.
You're right, but at the same time, they were lost that whole match. Meaning, he had some of his top players in that pitch, and they still could not. Whatever they had, whatever mojo they had going on from the weeks before, just wasn't there at all. And that's been gone. So whatever that vibe is or feeling, whatever they had going on, it disappeared. Yeah. Why? What happened? Yeah.
Because they didn't take it seriously. Because I don't think he wanted them to take the game
seriously. Did they catch Manuel Pellegrini with his pants around his ankles coming out of the bathroom one day and they all get shocked and said, "Oh my fucking God, what is that?" And then just, they're like, "Oh, I can't unsee that. Oh shit." And
well, you know what else is claret and blue in life? Hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are claret and blue. You ever seen a picture of hemorrhoids close up?
No. I don't want to.
They're claret and blue.
I haven't, and we're not gonna put one up now. I don't think I'm not gonna put one up.
La 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 la.
Yeah, no, no.
Fuck you, man. Well, that's a great way to close it out. Hey, everybody, have a great evening. Yeah. So listen, I just want to thank everybody that's in the chat room real quick. I'm not gonna be able to mention everybody, but Thomas Longren, I love seeing you in here, man. It's really good. You always got some cool stuff to say. Ken McGuire, I mean, buddy Ken, I love seeing you in here. You've been in more often lately, which is nice to see. So I hope you're doing well. Charlie boy, really looking forward to your show tomorrow night. Richard Walton, always nice to see you. You comment in our videos. I really appreciate that. So even if you're watching this after the fact, please if you're not in the live chat, feel free to leave us some comments. We do answer our comments, or at least give you a thumbs up or something, if it's rhetorical or something. Trevor, always pleasure to see you in the chat room. Neil from Down Under, always. Hopefully you get your.
I'm sick and tired of seeing Neil in the chat room. Bloody Aussies are all over the bloody place.
I know.
You know, it's unbelievable. They all piss and moan about England, yet they all come over and work in the bars still.
All right.
Neil knows it. That's why he's got all them drinks down there on his name.
It's because they they go back to Australia. They live like kings off the money they made from all the.
Chris is in it too today. That was nice, Chris.
Hey, John, you've got to fix the question so I can at least beat Adam on Friday Night Lights next week.
And speaking of Friday Night Lights, this week, not next week. We'll talk about you next week. We got Fatal LG Liam, guy does a match day vlogs, who's going to join us for Friday Night Lights this week, along with Ray Borum and a guy I interviewed from Fresno a couple weeks ago called Liam as well. So we get 2 Liams in a Ray. So it should be a good one. Really should. So it's just nice to see that, the guys from England a couple weeks now, I think 2 out of the, last 3 weeks are going to be staying up extra late so they can join Friday Night Lights. That's really
They have no lives back home.
It's really cool. Well, yeah, even still. But listen, Lee, I know we had disagreement in the comment there or whatever, but thank you for coming in and thank you for commenting. I appreciate it. And we do respect your opinion. Again, we hope you respect ours too. It goes for everybody. You might not agree with us.
Any of your opinions at all.
Well, speak for yourself.
You're all full of shit.
Ryan from last night, that was cool, dude. If you guys haven't checked out our interview with Ryan from Dallas, please do so. Ray Borum hosted the show. It was Ray's first hosting job with us. It was nice.
Nice to see a fellow Baldy on.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't think I missed anybody else, but seriously, I appreciate everybody. And listen, whatever you do, please don't take me seriously. All right. A lot of the shit I say is I'm half lying. So not lying, but I exaggerate.
Prozac.
Yeah, it's
CBD
called tripolar or octopolar.
Imagine it without the CBD oil. That stuff calms them down.
Dude, I haven't had CBD oil in a few days. Maybe that's what's wrong with me.
That's probably what it is. Yeah, but you got to have it.
Shit tastes nasty. The drops are gross, man.
You should try doing this. Try doing the show half cut. I mean, we did that on West Ham is Why We Drink, and I tell you what, it was the most fun show I ever did. I mean, I've listened back to it. It's probably the worst show we did as well. But I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, maybe one of these nights.
So I'll talk to you guys off the air in just a few minutes. But listen, I really do appreciate everybody in the chat room. All those people on Facebook who are watching us live as well, I really appreciate it. And we got a show tomorrow night. We're going to have Charlie Boy. Sorry. Charlie Boy from Brooklyn is going to be our guest.
Yes.
And it's going to be Alex who's going to host it. And I forgot who's going to co-host it. I don't want to overwork Ray because he just hosted last night and he's going to be on the show Friday night. So I might find a different co-host. And then Friday Night Lights is going to be awesome. Then Saturday, it looks like the Chicago Hammers are working on something for us. They're going to start doing a regular show for us together. Fixture Focus is coming up too. We got 2. Can you believe this? We found 2 Burnley American supporters.
That's amazing.
Actually, I found a lot more. I helped out Justin just for shits and giggles because I figured he was going to have a tough time finding a Burnley supporter in America, and I fucking found a shitload. I didn't realize how many there were here. There's a lot. So we managed to get 2, one from Rhode Island and another one from Pennsylvania that's going to join Justin for Fixture Focus. We just had earlier today. We had the West Ham. What is it? We Are the Girls of Claret and Blue. I don't know why I have the toughest time coming up thinking about that word, sentence, whatever. We Are the Girls of Claret and Blue had a great show earlier today. They always do it on Wednesdays, and they have a win to talk about. I guess the West Ham women, they beat Reading 1-0, and Reading's not an easy fixture when it comes down to West Ham women. Or just women's
and that was, and people realize, right? So it was in the Continental Cup, which is not a knockout competition, right? It's got group stages like the Champions League or the Europa League. So it kept us alive in the Continental Cup, is what it did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So,
no, I know. Yeah, that's
I had
awesome.
To look this up myself because you remember we had the match against Spurs, where Spurs were up 2-0, and then our women came back and they scored 2 goals in injury time, and then Spurs won on penalties, but all the penalties did was add an extra point in the table for Spurs. We got 1 point and they got 2. So the win over Reading kept us alive in the league, the group stages of the Continental Cup. This is not easy to find, by the way. You got to actually go out and find this stuff. But anyway, context for you right there. So it's a great win for the women, and we're always proud. The way they represent the club always makes me proud. Always.
And I want to say as well, Lee, that I know it's tough for you because when you get off of this show, you have to remove that fake beard and slip the nylons on again, put the high heels on, and go work the streets like you do every week after the show. And I just want to say that we appreciate you taking time away from the streets to do the show tonight, mate.
I like to make myself beautiful for the viewers. You should try it sometime. But yes, yeah, no, no, you know what? It's all natural. Listen, when you get into your mid-40s,
that's mine. I understand that totally. I'm all about being all natural.
45. When you're 45 and you can do this still, you got to do it because you can, right?
Go to AmericanHammersTV.us and please purchase one of these scarves. We just got 50 new ones, slightly darker than the last ones, and they're mint. Roughneck did a great job on these. Yeah. $25 plus shipping. So head on over to AmericanHammersTV.us. That's our website. Click on the PayPal icon and buy something. The other thing is, our shop. We've been, going crazy, getting some cool stuff in our shop, cool new designs. Even there was a couple new designs added today. We've been partnering with sports clubs from all over the country, all over the globe. You can buy different, Russian hammers. You can buy other stuff too, shirts and hats, and not hats, but I wish they had hats. Anyway, gotta go. So talk to you later. Come on, you words.
Come on, you words.
Cheers.